These videos, and this is another build day of Nightmare House 2016. And I'm not gonna say this is a build. This is actually only just a hey Sparky. This is actually only just a layout video. All the themes have been decided, and it's being expanded on yet again this year. This is the 5th year, so it's gonna be the best year. Because for the 5th anniversary, I want to do something big. So anyways, this is going to be the queue. And of course, last year I didn't do it, but this year I'm going to put props there. All the seeing props and stuff out here except for the fish, because, you know, they work good in the Shipwreck Island. This is also part of the queue. Get candy here. Or here, I'll probably have some, what I'm going to have 2 actresses playing creepy witches up here, rocking in the chairs, and they're gonna give them candy and maybe like taunt the trick-or-treaters and stuff. That'd be cool. So of course, here's the haunt itself. So you'd walk down the stairs. This would be the first room, which last year was the Jack's Evil Toy Store. This year it is, and as you can see, the beams separate. So here is the this scene's gonna be alien encounter. So there's gonna be like computers and buttons and stuff all there. And there's gonna be a red beacon light, probably hanging from that. Now that red beacon light, every once in a while it's gonna be set to a timer, and every about 5 minutes it's gonna go off, sirens are gonna go off, then there's gonna be a fog machine about right there, and that's gonna roll out. And then in this window there's gonna be a projection effect that it's gonna be like, I gotta kind of make it. I'm gonna help a good friend of mine make it. So True Crazy 5, I'm wondering if you could help me with this, like do the animation. You can do an animation. It's gonna be an alien. I already have the backdrop. It's supposed to be like Saturn it's supposed to be like going around Saturn, because that's supposed to be the window outside the spaceship. So the backdrop's like going around Saturn, and then there's gonna be an alien that pops up on the screen. It's gonna look like he hits the glass, because the glass is gonna shatter like glass on the video. It's kind of hard to explain. And then he's just gonna slink off the screen, which is gonna make it look like he broke in. And then it's gonna repeat 5 minutes later. So it's gonna look like he broke into the ship and that you don't know where he is, which is gonna be cool. There's also going to be some mad scientist stuff. There's going to be test tubes in here. That's high voltage stuff all in here. This next scene is going to be a returning one, which I'm excited to return. And this is Shipwreck Island. This year it's going to have like probably actual water somewhere in here. And on the back wall there will be like a mural or a projection effect of like a shipwreck. Of course, this window and that window gets blocked off by black plastic. Now this was probably my favorite scene last year, and there's still sand, which is awesome. Now this is where it expands. Instead of going this way and going into a different scene, there's going to be a scene this way, and that's the Haunted Castle. The Haunted Castle was planned to be canceled, because this scene right here, there's going to be a scene right here that takes up 2 spots, so it was planned to be canceled, but I just couldn't cancel it, so because it's so cool. So I'm expanding it back here, the haunt. So this year you'll go back here. There will be a wall there. You'll go back here, and guests will come up to about right here. So that's actually pretty big size. I'm hoping to have towering ghosts in here and something. And this would be like the window of the castle. So I'm also going to have another projection effect there, because I think I have 2 projectors. I'm going to have another projection effect there, and that is going to be of like thunder in the distance, like you're up high in a castle. So there's going to be knights and stuff here. Towering ghosts is going to be in here. And then then the guests are going to turn. There's going to be like a fireplace right here. So they have to walk around the whole thing, and they're going to turn here and then go this way. This is where the Haunted Castle was originally going to be, and this is where the Haunted Mansion was last year. This is going to be, this scene is going to be called Nightmare Forest. It's like a remake of The Forest, but better. There's going to be fake grass in here, and then, there's going to be like a camp, there's going to be a tent, and there's going to be Limb Ripper in here, Howling Wolf, stuff like that. They're going to be in here, a lot of wolves and stuff, because this is outdoors. Then there's going to be a facade right here of a cabin, so it'll look like the door of a cabin, and you'll walk through. And then in here, there will be a, whoa, that's a wasp. There will be a, fireplace right there. Like a big one, like not a real one, of course, a fake one, but it's gonna be big. It's gonna be right there, and there's gonna be a lot of there's gonna be a real deer head wall mount that I have right there. Then this scene is going to be, last year this was the creepy carnival. Oh, and this part of this, like I said, this is taking up 2 spaces, the Nightmare Forest. That part was the Insane Asylum last year. Okay, so this right here is, last year was the Creepy Carnival. This year it's going to be the Creepy Carnival, the Ghost Train. So it's supposed to be like the train that transports the clowns to the carnival. So there's going to be the wall here, and there's going to be cuts in the wall so you can see on into the other scene like you're passing by in the train. There will be clowns and stuff here, and you'll, every once in a while, like every minute or so, you'll hear like the train's whistle, and fog will roll out, because right here there's going to be a separate little teeny room right here, and it's going to have a train, a wooden train built right there, and there's going to be, it's going to have like smoke coming out the top, like fog machine. It's going to be pretty big. It's probably going to be like this tall, about as tall as that. So and then back here, I'm going to make it look like it's downhill, and it's going to look far away, and it's going to be like Max Spooky Town Carnival pieces and stuff like that, to make it look like the carnival is in the distance, because it should look like that, because it'll be dark in there, and it should look pretty cool. This next scene is going to be the Gates of Hell again, that's returning. Nothing much different with it. Well, Smoldering Zombie Groundbreaker is going to be in there, but nothing much different. This right here is going to be Dark Harvest Field of Screams again, which is returning, and I want a lot of the Scarecrow props this year, so it's going to be pretty big this year. Right here, this is replacing the Zombie Wasteland. This is Island of the Headhunters. So this thing right here, this is actually a mist machine thing. It's got a fan, and it creates mist, and it feels so awesome, like mist out of all of these, and it's a lot too. It looks cool. It feels like you're actually in a rainforest when you're walking through it, because since it's so big, it goes on so far, and it kind of like sprays out. And it also sounds like rain when it's doing it. It's like shh. It's really cool. So that's gonna be right there behind the walls, because this is the wall, but you'll still feel it because there will be a little cut in the wall right here, so you can feel it. On the other side of this, that rock climbing wall is going to be a waterfall. There's going to be a hose on it, and that's going to be a waterfall going down. Then there's going to be a hole in the ground right here where water is going to be filled in. You're probably thinking, yeah, well, the dirt's going to get it. Well, there's going to be like a tote down there with water in it, and there's going to be like a wooden bridge that goes over it, like you're going over the water from the waterfall. And back there, the Mummy's Tomb, the Pharaoh's Revenge, that facade, because that's not returning, the facade for that is going to be turned into a volcano. It's going to have fire and ice lights and stuff on it, and a fog machine behind it. Of course, there will be like skulls on these, like they're the stakes that the headhunters put there. Cauldron Creeper, if I get him, he's going to go in here. And I already made a Tiki Man prop, or he's a Tiki god, actually, one of their gods. And I still have to show you guys him, but I have a lot of Tiki things I got. Like, I have a Tiki flame light. I have a lot of Tiki things. It's just a matter of finding actual props that'll fit into the scene, and I hope that I can. Now Voodoo Swamp is returning, and you're probably wondering what happened to the Voodoo Swamp tree that Jack was hanging in. I touched it, and it fell over. I seriously put my hand on it, and it fell. It was right here. It's a dead tree, so I just put my hand on it. It fell over. That's where Limb Ripper was last year. I don't know what's going to go there this year because Limb Ripper is going to be in that scene. I don't know, but it's going to be pretty much the same. Now it was the end of it last year, the Voodoo Swamp. So last year this was the Mummy's Tomb, Pharaoh's Revenge. This year it's going to be Carnivorous Gardens. So it's going to make it easier because we had to put a roof on the Mummy's Tomb, the Pharaoh's Revenge. And most of the roofs connect together because they go up to there and then they stop. But there was no roofs around this area, so it was really hard to put on the roof. That's why it was like a see-through roof thing, but it still looked cool. Hey doggy, there's a dog. But this year it doesn't need a roof. Big Green's gonna be in here. I'm gonna have like Cemetery Angel and that one new statue angel thing in here. Like they're statues and they're gonna have like vines on them, like they're being overrun by the carnivorous plants. And then this will be the last scene, and this one is where Dead End Cemetery was last year. Oh, and this scene is also gonna have like tombstones and stuff. Just because I think it would fit best in that scene because they're stone. This is going to be the last scene, which starts here. There's going to be a bunch of sand filled in here, just like in Shipwreck Island. In the middle layer is just going to be some kind of fabric that looks like sand, so people don't mess up the sand. But it's going to be cool. And there's going to be a saloon right there, because you guessed it, this is going to be called Deadwood. It is a western town. I'm going to have big facades made for, like, just like I did with the Witch Hut and the Mummy's Tomb and the Pharaoh's Revenge. But they're going to be, like, western buildings. Like, we're going to have a gun shop. We're going to have a saloon. And then there's going to be some barrels in behind them. I'm going to have actors, like, with cap guns, like, shooting at each other. So, like, guests will... That should be a pretty good scare, because guests will walk in, and on either side of them, they'll have them shooting at each other with the cap guns. And they're actually going to make the loud popping sound, so it should be a pretty good scare there. That's why I bought the bull skull. It's going to go on one of the buildings, and this will be the exit. And I'm going to find a way to fit all these different props I'm getting this year into these scenes, and they should work pretty well. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Keep howling at the moon, my werewolves. Please comment, rate, and subscribe.